Hi, YouTubers. Welcome back to another one of my holiday videos. My name is Natalka, and today I have something a little different. It's still a holiday recipe. I found it in this very old cookbook that my mom had written out for me when I started university, so a very long time ago. And I found a recipe for peanut brittle in it. I have never made peanut brittle. I have barely ever eaten peanut brittle, so this should be interesting. It looks like it'll be pretty easy. Um, anyway, we'll see. So let's get going and make some peanut brittle. All right, let's get started. So in a small pot, I've added a half a cup of light corn syrup, and I'm just warming it up a little bit. Then I added 1 cup of sugar, and as you can see, I am mixing it very vigorously. Anyway, you mix that up and then you bring it to a simmer and you let it keep simmering. And it's probably going to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, roughly on a low simmer. Of course, don't do this on a high temperature because it'll burn. So let it simmer until it turns this beautiful light amber color. Once it reaches that beautiful golden color, you're going to add in 1 teaspoon of butter and just a splash of vanilla. If you want to measure it, about a teaspoon. You know me, I don't measure my vanilla, I just add it in. So as you're adding all of this in, it's going to get really foamy and really bubbly. Now to get the brittle part of this candy, this peanut brittle, you're looking for a hard cracking candy. So you want to cook this until it reaches a temperature of approximately around 240 degrees Fahrenheit to about 270 to even up to 290 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think mine reached 290. I was probably around like 260 or 270 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches that temperature, you're going to just remove it from the heat. All right, for this next part, you're going to have to work pretty quick. So now that you've removed it off of the heat, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And as you add it, it's going to kind of lighten in color a little bit, but it's also going to get really foamy. So you have to mix it and mix it really quickly, and it's going to get super foamy and it'll bubble on its own. And when you stop mixing, it'll almost look like it's growing. It's kind of weird. It's bubbling and growing on its own. Now you're going to dump in your peanuts. They are a small can of roasted salted peanuts. Mix them up really fast because this is already starting to harden. Grab your baking sheet that should be lined with parchment paper, and you're going to spread it out on your baking sheet. All I can say is good luck at this point. You guys are very lucky that I cut the audio out of the video of this part because I had some choice words that were not so choice for being on YouTube. I was getting so frustrated and so mad that it was hardening so quickly and I couldn't spread it out with my spatula. The peanut brittle would not even spread out using a knife. Parchment paper just kind of like pushed around on the baking sheet. As you can see, it's super difficult and it was hardening really fast, which makes me think I've probably overcooked it, like cooked the brittle part of it just a little bit too long because it's hardening so quickly. So what's your temperature? That's all I can say. I've never made this before, so this was more of an experiment than anything. But once you have it spread out the best that you can, it doesn't have to look pretty because you're going to break it into pieces anyway. You're going to take this and pop it into the fridge for a few hours. This is the fun part. After it's been in the fridge for a few hours, it's glossy, it's beautiful, and it cracks so easily. I think it turned out fantastic. As you can see, it's breaking without any effort at all. I don't think it's going to break my teeth when I bite into it, so that's good. It means I didn't overcook it because it's not going to be too hard to bite. All right. So peanut brittle wasn't that easy to make. As you saw, I had trouble like trying to spread it out on the pan. That was such a pain in the butt, but I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. It was just difficult for me today. I don't know why, but that's okay. It turned out fantastic. So great big chunks of it. It breaks really easily, which is good. Means I did not overcook it. Because if I had overcooked it, it would have been really hard, like really, really hard, like break your teeth hard. So I got it just right. It breaks nicely. It's not too hard to eat. Has a great flavor. I mean, peanut brittle isn't super flavorful, but it has like that sort of buttery caramel taste. It is delicious. I'm not going to try a piece right now because all you're going to hear is me crunching it. Oh, you don't need to hear that. But you know what? I'm really glad I tried this. It was a lot of fun to make. It was surprisingly easy. So give it a try. Just because. All right, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and yeah, I will see you guys all next week for my next holiday video.